Homelander, real name John Gilman, was born in 1981. His dad, Soldier Boy, was not told the truth while giving the scientists a semen sample. Vought then paid a homeless woman to carry the embryo. Unfortunately for her, she was killed. As he was being born, Homelander lasered his way out of the womb with heat vision, opening her guts and rising in the air with his umbilical cord still attached to him. He also killed 3 doctors and a nurse. Homelander is the leader of the Seven and is considered the greatest superhero alive. He can fly, possesses super strength and super durability far beyond the capacity of other superheroes, and has super senses like X-ray vision and laser vision. In 2011, Homelander met Becca at a Christmas party and raped her a few days later. Becca didn't know what to do, so she told Vought she was pregnant with Homelander's child. After giving birth to Ryan, Becca decided to raise the child in privacy, with Butcher believing she was dead for 8 years. Billy Butcher was born in 1975 and is the firstborn of Connie Butcher and Sam Butcher. He also had a younger brother, Lenny Butcher. Butcher hates his dad because of his father's abusive behavior. However, he started to be violent like his dad as he grew up. Billy always tried to protect this younger brother from their abusive father. One day, he beat up the head teacher at his school and a student who broke his brother's nose. His dad rewarded Billy for his violent behavior by giving him alcohol. Butcher became afraid of abusing his younger brother and ran away from home to join the British Royal Marines and later the Special Air Service. He promised to come back to Lenny. Tragically, Lenny decided to commit suicide as a result of Sam's abuse. Butcher is driven by his hate towards Homelander for what he did to his wife. Hughie was born in 1992 to Hugh Campbell and Daphne Campbell. His parents divorced and his father got custody. Hughie never saw his mother again after the divorce, leading him to believe that she abandoned him. Hughie led a normal life, working at a small electronics store and leaving with his father. One day, A-Train ran through his girlfriend Robin, killing her on impact. After this traumatic event, Hughie was recruited by Butcher to get revenge for his girlfriend's death. Starlight, real name Annie January, was born around 1997 as the only child of Donna January and an unnamed father. Donna wanted her to be exceptional. Annie was raised by her parents with the intention of becoming a superhero, growing up in a highly religious household. Whenever she inquired about the source of her abilities, her parents fabricated a story, asserting that they were a divine gift from God. Sometime later, her dad felt guilty and regretted his actions, and he decided to leave Donna and their daughter. Donna didn't change her mind. She wanted her daughter to achieve her objective and forced her to participate in dancing contests and other Supe activities to prepare her for a superhero career. As a teen, Donna told her to be ruthless, and as a result, Starlight spread false rumors about her competitor, Firecracker, claiming that she had only managed to get into the final 2 by giving sexual favors to the judges. The false rumors she spread around about her competitor ended up forcing her to drop out of the pageant due to Starlight ruining her image. When she was selected to join the Seven, Starlight was very happy at being selected and wanted to use her position as a superhero to help people and make the world a better place. However, she found out the Seven wasn't what she thought it was. Soldier Boy, real name Benjamin, was America's first and greatest superhero. He was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1919. Though Vought said he was born poor and grew up on the streets, his parents were actually very rich. However, his dad was abusive both physically and verbally. His dad sent him to boarding school to get rid of him after telling him he was a failure and useless. Benjamin decided to join the military. It was during his time with the military that he decided to volunteer for human experiments. After returning as a hero from the war, he became the leader of the superhero team called Payback, leading superheroes like Crimson Countess, Gunpowder, Mindstorm, and Black Noir. Kimiko Miyashiro was born in 1993 in Japan. In her younger years, Kimiko grew up with her parents and brother on the coast of Japan. Tragically, a group of terrorists from the Shining Light Liberation Army broke into their house and killed her parents. The soldiers kidnapped Kimiko and her brother and forced them to serve in their army in the Philippines. She was able to escape and kill those holding her when she was released by Frenchie. The deep real name Kevin Moskowitz was born in the mid-1980s. His parents also allowed Vought to experiment on their son. As a result, he became aware of his aquatic telepathy at 9 years of age, as he began hearing the thoughts of every aquatic animal he encountered. At first, He believed he was going insane, but his mom lied to him and also called it a gift. She said he was just born that way. His body later started mutating, and he grew gills on his torso. The Deep is very insecure about the gills because they make him feel ugly and afraid of rejection. The Deep sexually assaulted and harassed many women to feel less worthless. He did the same to Starlight, but Starlight later spoke out, forcing Vought to become worried about negative publicity. So they forced the Deep to publicly apologize to Starlight and all his previous victims. Mother's Milk, real name. Marvin T. Milk was born in Harlem in 1971. Marvin's grandfather was killed by a Supe, and his dad died of stress trying to get justice. Before his dad and granddad's death, Marvin loved and idolized superheroes. One day, Marvin woke up in the middle of the night as Soldier Boy confronted a group attempting to steal a Mercedes-Benz. He was very excited to see Soldier Boy fighting crime. He ran and woke up his grandfather, and the two watched Soldier Boy. During a fight, Soldier Boy picked up a car and threw it into the building where Milk and his grandfather were observing from. The car missed Milk, but hit his granddad and killed him. His dad was a lawyer, and so he sued Vought. Unfortunately, they had many lawyers and bribed judges. His dad continued fighting, but the stress was too much and led to his death. Frenchie, real name Serge, is of French and Algerian descent. Very little information is known about Serge's childhood. According to Frenchie, he had a traumatic childhood. His dad was bipolar and tried to kill him when he was 10 years old. While living in Marseille, his father kidnapped him in the middle of the night from his mother and kept him with him for several years, living from one hotel to another. He would take him out for a walk to smoke a cigarette and tell him he loved him. However, he would also burn him with the cigarettes. Serge tried to run away on several occasions to return to his mother, but his dad always found him. Serge later moved to New York and lived in a homeless shelter. Victoria Neuman's original name was Nadia. Victoria was also given Compound V as a kid. Unfortunately, she accidentally killed her parents after being unable to control her powers. She was later sent to a facility to help her control her powers. Later, she was adopted by several families, but she killed all of them. She was later adopted by Stan Edgar. Stan gave her a new name and erased her record of all the people she had killed. Victoria was a dancer during her time in college, with some of her videos going viral on the internet. Victoria became a congresswoman and has a daughter named Zoe. A-Train, real name Reggie Franklin, grew up poor. A-Train's dad died when he was very young, and his mother had to work 2 jobs to support the family. His older brother Nathan raised him, eventually becoming Reggie's personal trainer during the time when his powers were developing. A-Train once outran bullets from a shooting towards his home. He joined the Seven as a replacement for Mr. Marathon. At first, he wanted to help people, but became greedy. He also abused Compound V to maintain his status as the fastest man alive, which impacted his health. After Blue Hawk paralyzed Nate, A-Train confronted Blue Hawk and dragged him across the roads with his super speed, killing him. A-Train suffered a heart attack in the middle of the road, but later woke up in the hospital with Blue Hawk's heart transplanted into his body. Very little is known about Ashley's childhood. When she was 17 years old, she lost her mother to cancer. Ashley was Madeline Stillwell's assistant at Vought and was assigned to deal with Starlight, but she was fired after Starlight revealed the truth about her mistreatment and assault at Vought. But after Homelander murdered Madeline Stillwell, he brought back Ashley to fill her position. Little is known about Black Noir's childhood, but before joining the Seven, Black Noir was an aspiring actor with a dream of starring in his own movie and wanted to show his face publicly. But Stan Edgar wanted him to keep the quiet ninja persona. Soldier Boy also mocked his dreams of being an actor and mistreated him. Stormfront, real name Clara Reisinger, was born in Berlin in 1919. Her mother's name was Adele. In 1933, Clara attended meetings with Nazi party members, including Adolf Hitler, Heinrich Himmler, and Joseph Goebbels. She later got married to Frederick Vought, and he gave her the first successful injection of Compound V, along with her daughter Chloe. This made her the first successful Supe in the world. She moved to America with her husband as part of Operation Paperclip. Little is known about Stan Edgar's past. In the 1980s, he was working at Vought and even approved Soldier Boy's PSA announcement script. He also acted as the supervisor of Payback at the time. Edgar was a close friend of Black Noir. In 1984, Edgar was in charge of Payback on a mission to Nicaragua to fight the Soviet Union. Edgar informed Black Noir that Vought was replacing Soldier Boy with his more powerful son, Homelander, and that Soldier Boy would need to be removed. Translucent was born in 1980, and his parents allowed the use of Compound V on their son. He developed the ability to turn invisible due to his metamaterial skin, allowing him to bend light when it cast upon him. A member of the Seven, Queen Maeve said his fellow members knew he was a pervert, often sneaking naked into the women's bathroom. Sister Sage, real name Jessica, got Compound V after her birth. Sister Sage hates humans because of what happened when she was young. When she was 11, her grandmother was diagnosed with stage 3 leukemia with no cure. The doctors told her parents there was nothing to be done. So she stayed up for 3 nights researching a cure. After this, she presented her research to the doctors, but they laughed at her. Her grandmother ended up dying a painful death. Firecracker's parents also allowed her to be injected with Compound V, which granted her the power to generate sparks, as well as enhanced strength and durability. Her family was very poor, and she didn't even have space to practice her routines for the Supe pageants. Though she was extremely talented as a teen named Sparkler, her dreams were ruined by Starlight's accusations and bullying.